What's up YouTube? Agent Zero here, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison video between the Orimund's Anvil and Origin Story, two legendary auto rifles in Destiny 2. So first let's take a look at the stats on the screen. The way I have these two guns set up, Orimund's Anvil has better range and stability, while Origin Story has better handling and reload speed. Both of these guns are 450 rounds per minute. Orimund's Anvil has one more round in the clip. It is worth to note that on the base stats of these two guns, Orimund's Anvil, depending on how you set it up, can have better handling than the Origin Story. That's just one thing to note. So with that being said, let's get into one of the hidden stats, the aim assistance, which is the magnetic force that draws the guns to an opponent, and that stat is taken by the Orimund's Anvil. So overall, stat-wise, I definitely like Orimund's Anvil better, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Perk-wise, Orimund's Anvil doesn't have much that stands out. It does have Under Pressure, which improves stability and accuracy as the magazine gets lower, and that gun will light up, letting you know when that is active. Origin Story, a little bit better of a perk in my opinion. It has Rampage. Kills with this weapon temporarily grant increased damage, stacks 3 times. So now that we've talked about the stats and the main perks, let's get into the subjective part of the review, where I give my opinion on these two guns and which one I prefer and why. So first, for PvE, it really comes down to Rampage. Origin Story has a perk that definitely helps you out when you're facing hordes of enemies. Orimund's Anvil, I really don't feel under pressure when I'm playing in-game, regardless of which game mode I'm playing in. Under Pressure isn't one of my more favorite perks. One, I don't feel it when it does activate, and two, there are a lot of times that I reload before Under Pressure is even activated. So that's just my opinion. It's not a perk that I prefer. So overall, in PvE, if I had to choose one of these guns, I'm choosing Origin Story. Rampage is a great perk, especially for PvE facing those hordes of enemies. Now that we've talked about PvE, let's get into PvP. And again, we have a gun that has a little bit better stats in my opinion in Orimund's Anvil, and then Origin Story that has a very good perk in Rampage. Overall, Orimund's Anvil, with that very good range and stability, makes it a very good gun for PvP. But Origin Story is a tried and true gun. It is also a very good gun for PvP. Both are 450 rounds per minute auto rifles, so you can't go wrong with either one. Overall though, I would prefer Orimund's Anvil in PvP. That range and stability combination is great, especially when you're in one-on-one gun battles. It gives you that edge in my opinion. Origin Story, you do get a little bit added damage after you get a kill and then you're shooting at a second target, but it's not enough for me to want that gun over Orimund's Anvil when it comes to PvP. So overall, which gun would I prefer and why? Honestly, which gun you decide could come down to, do you prefer the added range of Orimund's Anvil, or would you rather Rampage? It comes down to Rampage versus that added range. And so overall, just my opinion, the one I prefer is Orimund's Anvil. While the Origin Story is great, Rampage is a very good perk, especially for PvE. I just love the added range and a little bit extra stability that I get on Orimund's Anvil. It definitely helps me in those one-on-one gun battles when I'm facing enemies, and I would take that into every one-on-one gun battle that I have. Origin Story, I still trust in one-on-one gun battles, but I prefer the Orimund's Anvil. The range that it has on it definitely wins this gun battle for me. So overall, these are two very good guns, and I recommend holding on to both of them. But in my opinion, if I could only pick one, I'm going with Orimund's Anvil. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more Destiny 2 content. Well, until next time, peace!